Hello everyone, today we are talking with a local restaurant employee to gain insight on their experience during the coronavirus. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. My name is Kayci Pierce, and I work at a American restaurant slash sushi. It is called Kona Grill in Minnetonka.
Thank you, Kayci. Alright, so my first question for you is, could you give us a breakdown of some precautionary safety measures that the restaurant implemented for the employees there?
Yeah, we follow a lot of guidelines that they put together soon after we opened back up. Every day before our shifts, we do temperature checks. We log that information online, what our temperature was. And then we also have to answer a series of questions stating that we will use gloves whenever we are serving or taking away food, that we'll have masks on at all times, that we'll stay at least 6 feet away from other employees when we can, and that we won't linger and talk to employees or tables for more than a couple minutes.
And do you feel with the pace of business that the restaurant will be able to make it through this pandemic?
It's tough to say because when we first closed down in March, we were hoping to be gone for 2 to 3 months and then be done with it. So it's hard to say for a year how long it's going to go. But the winter is typically our busiest season. We are connected to attached to a mall, so we're not as busy in the summer like some restaurants, but November and December are usually our busiest season. So it's going to be tough entering in usually where all the employees make the bulk of their money with 50% capacity. It's gonna be tough winter.
And have you noticed any change in the dynamic of how business is done in terms of in-person orders or online orders, deliveries?
Yeah, we've definitely seen a substantial increase in doing takeouts, DoorDash, Uber Eats, those type of stuff, way more than we used to. Not enough that we would be able to solely go off of that, and then we're 50% capacity inside. So right now we'll probably get about half and half income from takeout orders as well as indoor seating.
Okay. And do you feel that you're usually maxing out that 50% capacity?
We typically at like a busy time of a busy dinner or busy lunch on a weekend, we typically are maxed out at the 50%, and it can be a little difficult even with that minimal of tables, all the extra steps of like hand washing to keep up the pace. So it can be a little tough even when we're maxed out at 50% to feel like we're still being safe.
Okay, so Kayci, what do you think people should do to support their favorite restaurant?
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a tough winter. We don't really know what to expect going into it. I mean, right now, cases are worse than they were when we were completely closed down. So I think we can't rely on our restaurant to stay open. We can't rely on COVID to go away anytime soon. We really don't know what's going to happen. So while restaurants are open, I would say the best thing that you can do to show your support is continue to do takeout when it's an option. Tip your servers, tip them in cash. Keep your visits to a minimum. Keep them as short as possible if you are dining in. Buy alcohol if that's something that you do, because that's where they make their money at. So there's a few things you can do, but takeout's probably the best for your safety and ours.
All right, Kayci, thank you so much. That was some great insight.
Yes, thank you for having me.